political analysis, if you will. Joining me now, Lawrence Jones, campus reform editor-in-chief, political commentator, and radio talk show host for New York's WOR, Mark Simone. Great to have you both here.
Thanks,
Lawrence. I mean, you can't make it. She won the popular vote, and
right.
She's trying to ski downstairs in India. What if she were president right now?
It would be terrible, Lou. But look at this. Hillary Clinton is exactly what we teach our children not to be. We teach our children to take responsibility for their actions, to accept when things don't go their way, and do a better job to improve themselves. She has yet to be able to accept responsibility for her own actions, which prevented her from being elected. You had Donald Trump, who was the most non-political, not traditional candidate, win the presidency, who said everything in the book that would pretty much get you kicked off the ballot, but he still won it because he connected with the American people.
If the ballot was being managed by the politically correct establishment, Mark, what do you think? I mean, she just keeps it up.
I disagree. I love this. You know, it's like the movie Sunset Boulevard, you know, with the old actress with 1,000 excuses of why we're wrong, she's right. I don't like a George H.W. Bush who goes away graciously, quietly fades away. All the complaining, the excuses. And she reminded everybody of why she really lost. You know, that passing out in the street, that coughing for 20 minutes nonstop. Well, it makes you wonder about them as president.
What does it say about the country, though, Lawrence? What does it say about the country that she won the popular vote loud?
Right, that's why we have an electoral college. I mean, that's what it says about the country. You know, the founders knew what they were doing when they invented the electoral college. And, you know, Lou, this is the problem, and this is why the Democrats won't be able to win, because they haven't been able to learn from their mistakes. They focus on politics when the American people simply wanted them to focus on border security, on their paycheck, and making our economy better. That's all they had to focus on. Instead, they want to play this same old game, and this is why they can't win.
We're going to find out who wins and how much in Pennsylvania. The polls closing there right now, and we'll have those results for you as soon as we get them in. We'll keep you up to date on the scoreboard as those votes roll up. The border wall, the president in California, a sanctuary state for crying out loud. He's having to explain to California why, as a state of the union, they have to follow U.S. law.
Yeah, I never thought, and I'm sure you never thought, we'd live to see a border wall become a reality. I think we're getting closer and closer to that. The idea is to have lawful, a legal border. We have a speed limit. We have all kinds of regulations on everything. He's right. Without a border, you don't have a country.
But it's not just a border wall anymore, Lou. It's a border wall system. See, the president changed his language because he knows that it takes a lot to get this done. And so he said it's a border wall system. We can't just have walls in certain areas. We need fencing. We need border security in the sense of technology. It's a system.
We need border wall drones. We need border wall sensors. You know,
that's right.
But what we need is a border wall.
Yeah, but this is a guy who builds 100-story skyscrapers in his sleep. He's built 1,000 walls already. I'm sure he can handle this.
Yeah, but he's a reasonable politician. He realizes that in some areas it would be a waste of money. And so that's where the system comes in place. And this president is really bending on this issue, but still getting what he wants.
Well, you put some solar panels on top, and then you get your money's worth in those places.
Yes.
Well, it's going to be interesting. The tariffs. He's putting tariffs on the European Union. He sent Robert Lighthizer, his U.S. trade representative. He's got Commerce Secretary Wilbur Ross on it. And Lawrence, this is a president who means what he says. He's going to be putting those tariffs on steel that is dumped in this country, 25% on steel, 10% on aluminum, and the squealing has started worldwide.
Well, see, Brother Lou, this is where I start to disagree with the president. I don't see how this is going to work. I see, you know, the president did a great job with tax reform. He killed it. He crushed it.
Of course, you were doing so well. I don't think that the president is really serious about these tariffs. I think he's using it as a scare tactic, as just a form of negotiation. Yeah, I think that's what it is. He's a reasonable man, and he realizes that a reasonable man
this is just
would do exactly what he did, Lawrence. He looked at the fact we haven't had a trade surplus since 1975, Lawrence. since 1975, that more than $12 trillion have been squandered through trade deficits. That's what he's done. And he knows we'll be a debtor nation in perpetuity unless we get this straightened out. And we're through being the dumping ground for the European Union, for China, Japan, and the world. Mark, you get the last word here.
Yeah, it's funny. Democrats will tax everything that moves, taxes on top of taxes. But you want to tax a Chinese steel company, all of a sudden they get bent out of shape. That they can't handle.
And as the president points out quite often, that steel isn't worth much. It is subpar. And we're a par country, aren't we, Lawrence?
Let's just pray that we don't get into trade war, brother. And
wait a minute. Don't pray for something you've already. Wait a minute. That's not right. You're in a trade war, Lawrence. You and a lot of other Americans don't realize it, but when people are dumping steel at below cost in our shores and aluminum,
it's not fair. We agree, brother.
Lawrence.
It's not fair.
Let me finish, Brother Jones. And I finished. It's a great deal of fun talking with you. We're going to talk some more economics and negotiating. Did you ever read Art of the Deal? Yeah.